Alright, so this is the about 1,000-mile tune-up. You got 250 on the thing right there. I don't know, can you see it? So I finally got the new controller. It came in at about 793, I think it was. So 800, so that's 1,050 miles. So the crank is clicking, so that means it's loose somewhere. It doesn't feel like it's loose, but I was messing with it this morning and it felt like it feels like it's moving in and out a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm thinking the crank is loose, because it happens under, when you're pedaling hard. It's a click, 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 click. So when you push heavy weight down, it's pushing it out and in and out and in, and that's the clicking sound. But you can't really feel it. Maybe a little bit as you yank it in and out. These bolts are tight because I checked them. So I think I'm going to have to watch a video on it, but I think take these off, take the arm off. There's a post going through, and around it is a screw that's got to be tightened up. I'm getting a ring for fitness. Well, for sleep actually, but fitness. The only other problem, okay, so I talked about the shifter before, so I took the cover off the shifter, and now I get all my gears, and it seems to be set up relatively well. It doesn't like to shift from fifth to sixth gear, so oftentimes I have to go up to seventh gear and then come back down. That's probably my bad mechanic skills than the shifter. But the other thing, so 13 miles without the light, nothing. It doesn't even change the meter. 13 miles with the light, it'll go down a couple, sometimes all the way down. But I am in 4 now because I wanted to build my muscles up a little bit so that when it gets really, really cold, it saps the energy of the battery. I'll actually be able to make it to and from work. I do have a battery charger at work too, so I fully charge when I leave, and so 13 miles should get me back and forth. The voltage, I guess, is the health of the battery. Should be around 48 volts. It's a 48 volt battery. Current goes, so when you're pedaling, the current goes, and when I'm pedaling, I run about a 8 to 12 currents. I'm assuming we want less, so it uses less energy, and timer, and mileage. So what do I want to say? I want to say I'm not terribly happy with the crank going after 1,000 miles, but I guess it's not bad. Maybe I should have done a better job of tuning it up. As a beginner bike, this is a great bike. It's heavy as heck, and I'm like, well, we'll see. Now that I'm into it, 1,000 miles, I hate I hate the 60 pounds of weight, because you feel it when you're at that top speed and you want to go just a little bit more. You're pushing that 60 pounds. That's where you feel it. But most bikes were about the same. These are plastic. They look like metal. I thought they were metal, but they're plastic. But they don't bend any back here, so that's good. You can't put a second light back here anywhere, really, so I got to figure out something to do. This kind of gets lost in my bag and the cover on my bag, so I want to get a better light. I've been wearing one on my helmet, but I'd like a better one back here somewhere. But this bag gets covered with the rain poncho, which is safety yellow or green or whatever, and but I'd still like a light somewhere. The thing I love best and hate the most about this is the tires. I wish they weren't 2.5 inches, 3 inches wide. I'd rather them be less than maybe about 2 inches wide or whatever. But they're tough as hell. 30 to 60 pounds pressure they recommend. I put 55, 60 in there. It does feel better at that. You feel like you're getting less rolling resistance, but with such a wide tire, that's just a lot of mass to get going, and adds more weight to the bike. And I would like less weight now that I'm pedaling a lot and going every day, and it's not a new thing anymore. I just like less mass to move and less energy spent. And obviously with road bikes, there's a lot of mass taken off on road bikes that is not even thought about here. You've got your spring-loaded fork, you've got your extra wide front bar to hold the battery, you've got a slightly heavier seat, you've got the spring in the seats for the comfort, and you've got a heavy-duty cargo holder. It's not the heaviest duty one they have, but it's holds 60 pounds, so all of that adds weight, which I'd like to see where you can cut off some of that weight so that you're not carrying, I think it's 67 pounds, and that's a lot. You feel it. So a beginner bike, definitely recommend. Electric has been around for 4 or 5 years, and they've got a decent bike. Reviewers on Reddit are like, hey, yeah, but it's cheap stuff, and they're like complaining about the brakes. I don't know, brakes seem fine to me. I had an emergency stop this morning, and it stopped fine. Actually, the back wheel locked up because I came off the back seat, so there's no weight on it, but still stopped pretty good. All right, 1,000 miles, still running, no major problems. I'm going to mess around with that crank now and see if I can make it better.